people have got to understand how devious this is, these events are, and that it can happen to you.
And the question I get all the time is, when I bring up the FBI and their possible involvement in it, why would they do it? And here's my answer to why the FBI would have a dog in the hunt for this. It's because they want to establish some sort of red flag laws. They want to be able to take away people's guns without having to go door to door. So ultimately, if somebody's on the FBI radar or federal law enforcement radar, it's much easier to take their gun as a preemptive measure than it is to take it when you think something's going to happen. Right. So to me, all this is doing is laying the groundwork for federal law enforcement to take preemptive action against anybody they might deem a threat. Yeah.
And I think there could be a multitude of other reasons, but I think 100% that's spot on. This is a, you look at how they do things, they set things up, whether it's a trap at J6, whether it's a trap in the Michigan State Courthouse, whether it's this, whether it's that, that's how they do it. They establish this is how we're going to do it. This is where we're going to lure them in. This is how we're going to, what do we want the end goal to be? In this case, going with your theory, which I think is a good one, we want red flag laws so we can start to strip the American people of their Second Amendment rights and take firearms from people who don't agree with the narrative that's out there. Okay, let's that's the goal. Let's work backwards from that. How do we accomplish that? What events do we need to justify us going to that next level?
Go ahead, David.
I got two things. One, after other, school shootings and stuff like that, like, if there's only way we could have seen this coming or whatever, if there's any way we could have flagged, just to have an idea to see what we could do. All right, well, we showed the FBI report. They knew back in 2023 that there was threats. Okay, there's something. Then I think this is what you were talking about. It's not the tweet, but it was this. Like, they got called the morning of. Like, here's the report from the news. Yeah. Like, here's the report. They were called the morning of. Okay, how much more notice do you need then at that point, too, that something could happen? And now, just like Tom was saying, the FBI is failing us in the last 45 years. Here's another thing. They knew. They had the warning, but yet they still let things happen. They still let the kids go to school. They didn't make it, you know what, those schools that were in question, we should beef up security there, whatever we could do. None of that happened. And now here we are. And then the other thing is I feel like two things are going to happen. We're going to have a tasteful, like, two roads can happen for Trump and Kamala. They could do a tasteful, like, tribute and honor to them and then keep going on with their campaign, but not, like, use their names throughout the rest of the campaign to push to get voters. I feel like that's what Kamala's going to do. Oh, we got gun laws. The next thing is going to be gun laws, red flag laws. All these things are going to be coming out, and they're going to be using these kids' names.
It's already out there.
Yeah, like they're going to be using their names, not just for today and the next couple of weeks, but they're going to till November. They're going to be driving them through, and let the families grieve. Let them have closure. Don't bring it up. Like, don't bring it up any more than you have to. But that's what's going to happen. They're just going to keep slinging it to try to get votes.
Whether you live at the beach, are going to one, or just want to imagine yourself there, Red Beach Nation has the comfy, patriotic apparel for the occasion. Founded by a former counterterrorism officer and war veteran of both the Afghanistan and Iraq wars, Red Beach Nation is committed to upholding the American values and principles that we all hold so dear. So grab your swag and rep the nation. Visit redbeachnation.com and use the promo code on your screen to save 10% off. Again, that's redbeachnation.com.